I like them too. Welcome back to Talkin Options, where we teach you how to trade options, giving you some better options than the options that you probably previously had. And I know one of them is forex. Man, it's been taking over almost every social media platform. I know you've heard about it, not only cryptocurrency, but also forex. And so many of these gurus online are oversimplifying it, not talking about the fact that you have to understand fundamentals also in order to trade forex. Yeah, you can talk about the technical indicators and technical analysis, but if you're trying to limit forex down on a technical perspective, well, you can only make money when it's 50-50 shot. You can only make money if you're directionally correct. There's so much more that you can do when you're talking about trading. And so what we talk about here at Talkin Options is how you can trade future options, higher profitability, higher probability with lower risk. And the reason why we have that higher probability is because of seasonal trading. We like to trade commodities, corn, soy, wheat, natural gas, crude oil. Why do we like to trade those underlyings instead of trading Euro USD all the time? Is because there's a seasonal trend that comes with it, and there's more predictability, and it's easier to track, right? And so one of the major underlyings I've been talking about is corn, right? And it's really because summertime is very volatile for corn, because there's a lot of weather that's been happening, especially for that corn belt. And this year has been no different from any other year as far as the direction. But what caught us off guard, or what has really surprised us, is the volatility, especially with price. So what I want to show you here is a Thinkorswim platform, and you're looking at corn. So I have two charts up. You can see I have a line chart up, and then I have a chart up here with corn just with candlesticks. And I'm actually going to change this really quickly to the Hikanashi candlesticks. The reason being is because it helps you, as you can see the trend a little bit more clearer, so you can understand what you're looking at. So this is a daily chart looking at corn. The left-hand chart is a seasonal chart, and the right-hand chart is a chart that's just showing a daily chart based on from last September to this September. This is what we've seen with prices with corn. Look at how much corn jumped up in May. This is what really shocked us. And you can see this was right around December time. It was at 341. It went all the way up to about 460. It broke literally year highs when we saw that uprise. And what was the reason behind it? Well, one of the biggest reasons behind it was that there was a lot of flooding that happened in the Corn Belt during early May, June months this year. And so because of that, corn prices went through the roof. Now, of course, where we see prices go up, we know they have to come on down. And so what kind of backed up, or when did we know, how did we know when to sell? That's when you jump back over to your seasonal chart. So this left-hand chart that you see here, the blue line represents the same curvature that you're seeing on the daily chart. This represents what we saw this year. But when you look at the red chart, the red line rather, this shows an average of what we've seen in the past 10 years. So looking at this chart, you can see that there was a lot more volatility when we're talking about with corn this year than previous years. However, the trend didn't really change much. And that's how we were able to understand when to start looking at some good sell prices with corn. It was because of this chart right here. You can see right around July time, we saw a little bit of an uproar. There was a little bit of a price rally there at the end of June, but right around July time, especially July 12th, that's when we hit the peak of corn prices this summer. And since then, it hasn't gone back up. I've been talking about this for the last month, guys. I do probably have some psychic capabilities, but I'm not psychic. This didn't come from psychic capabilities. This came just from the charts. I didn't even have to go metaphysical with you or astrological with you. All I had to do was look at the seasonality trends that we're seeing here. This is the reason why corn prices took a dive, because during July time, August time, that's harvest time. And so that's when the weather typically we start to see a little bit of a dry out. And during that time, that's when we have harvest. That's when corn prices typically go down every year. Of course, volatility and if there's any extreme weather, that can of course change the seasonal trend. But as you can see here, overall, we typically see the same thing with price. Now, this is the reason why swing trading is so great, because when you're talking about swing trading now, you're able to hold out your trades in order to taste this beauty here. I mean, I gotta be honest with you. This was my first summer trading corn. I had did some research on it in the previous years, but this was my first year trading corn, and I gotta tell you, that corn was sweet in my mouth and in my bank account. And the reason why is because we trusted the trend. We understood the seasonal trend that was behind corn. And then after we understood that seasonal trend, we back it up with our technical analysis by using Fibonacci retracement. So I just wanted to make this quick video to show you guys an update on what we're seeing with corn. Right now, again, it's August time. So we've kind of seen the reversal of trend that we were going to see. We're expecting now, as you can see, it's September time coming up. So with September, there usually is a little rally with prices. That could be due to weather, because now we're hitting the peak of hurricane season. So if any hurricanes come this way, and if they affect that corn belt, there may be a peak with prices. But really after that, we're expecting prices then to start to rally on up towards December corn, which we'll talk about that in a later video. But until then, make sure you keep talking options and stay away from them